What up? What up? What up, man? Shout out to everybody tuning in to the Fire and Nice Football Talk. I am your man, Fresh Fire. And to your right on the side, my guy, all the way in from Bucharest,
Now I'm talking
B
about.
Matt.
Yes, sir. In the building. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. We got an interesting week coming up, man. Let's get it, man.
Yes, we do, man. Yes, we do, man. Week 3 is kicking off in the
Yeah.
football world today. Just want to go back just slightly. Thursday night, we had a game where the San Francisco 49ers pretty much bludgeoned out and did what we thought they was going to do to the New York Giants.
Yep.
You got any thoughts on that, bro?
I don't think anybody was surprised. They pulled the hammer out. Yeah, not much about it, man. It was expected. The Giants might not win the game. They suck. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. I kind of was thinking the same thing when I saw that. I was like, all right, this pretty much looks like what I thought it was going to happen. Daniel Jones and the rest of the bunch, they will not be able to muster up enough. And pretty soon, pretty soon they're going to wear it down and it's going to just get ugly. And it turned out to be exactly what a lot of us thought it was. So moving right along, moving right along today, man, we got a fresh slate of games kicking off at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4:30. Yeah.
I love it. I got to say, man, as a football fan, there's no greater time of the year, bro. Like, I love all sports. Like, I sit here and watch motherfucking tennis. I watch hockey. Like, I will watch anything, volleyball. But my passion is football. I am a fanatic, bro. NFL specifically. No greater time of the year, man. Proceed.
Just to piggyback on what you said, man, I can honestly say that football has overtaken basketball as my favorite sport because it seems like so many more people are invested in football. Whether you have a team or not, the fandom between different nations, the banter is really unrivaled. So to me, to be a part of that, just to be inside of the back and forth, the people talking about their teams, the people talking shit about other people's teams, no other sport rivals it, man. So actually, football has overtaken basketball as my favorite sport.
Real rap.
So we have kicking off the 1 o'clock slate of football games kicking off in the NFL. We have the 2-0 Baltimore Ravens playing host to the 0-2 Indianapolis Colts. What do you think about that, bro?
I know Lamar ain't been playing, in my opinion, his best brand of football. I think it's a little disappointment with Odell coming back, and he ain't really did nothing. Now he's out this game. On the Colts side, I think the young boy name is Anthony Richardson, the quarterback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in his place, they got Minshew, I want to say.
The stash.
And I kind of like the stash. I'm not gonna hold you, man. It's something about this. To me, the stash is like Fitzmagic.
Right? Yeah.
If they name them a starter at the beginning of the season, they're gonna suck. But if somebody goes down, you bring them in, they're gonna win you a couple games. It's weird like that, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm going with Baltimore. I think Lamar puts a solid game together today, hopefully, because one of my fantasy teams, that'd be really nice if he did that. I like Baltimore, man. I think it will be a little back and forth, but at the end of the day, I like Baltimore, and I'm gonna say 27-21.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Full disclosure, I am a fan of Gardner, the mustache Minshew. I think he is a more than capable backup quarterback, which he's in the role in Indianapolis. But I also think that, like you said, that he can win you a couple games along the season.
Yep.
Anthony Richardson, right now, I knew he was a guy that was real raw, his potential and all of that. His legs and his feet was going to have to carry the day with him right now. And his legs and his feet carried him to being hurt in the first game, knocked out in the second game, and out for the third game. It seems like things are not going as planned in Indianapolis. With that being said, I kind of like Gardner Minshew a little bit more, kind of like you. I like him a little bit more than a lot of people give him credit for. I actually think he's a competent NFL quarterback. I actually think he is, and I think this will probably serve them better with him actually being at quarterback right now, stabilizing things a little bit better. So it looks like Indianapolis would have more of a professional football team.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I'm also going to piggyback on with your pick with the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens moving on to 3-0 today. I actually just think they have a little bit better team overall. Their defense hasn't been playing like the Baltimore Ravens defense that I'm used to, but I think that Lamar Jackson can win this game by himself. I think this is a game himself that he can win it. Feet, arm, whatever, out the pocket, in the pocket, maneuverability, great plays, MVP level plays. I think this is a game that Lamar Jackson, however the stats look, that he can be a guy that can win this whole game by himself.
I agree.
And I actually think it'll be pretty close. Give me 24-17 Baltimore.
Okay. I'm really high on Zay Flowers too, man. I think he's just they're just starting to open that Pandora's box, man. But I like him a lot, dog. And I'm looking for him to have a real big game, and it might be today.
Well, he showed me a little bit early. It's early, but he showed me a tad bit more than what I thought I was going to see from out of Zay Flowers right now. It's looking like that connection is working early. Jackson to Flowers. So I guess we both got them picking up a victory. Moving right along, we'll be moving to the AFC East with the Miami Dolphins with the 1 o'clock kickoff, playing host to flying across the country. You know how I feel about those, and hosting the 0-2 Denver Broncos. Thoughts on that, bro?
So it's in Miami or it's in Denver?
Nah, it's in Miami.
Okay. Not that changes my answer, but I believe I said on this show and on a couple of our other shows, Russell Wilson is the worst quarterback in the league. I firmly believe that. His best day way behind him. I love him because he still got out there and he tries to make it happen. His team isn't great. I like Judy a lot, Jerry Judy, but I just don't think they're a good team, man. And while Miami on the other side is a very good team, I think they're gonna miss Waddle because he's not playing today.
Okay. I got to check some fantasy lineups.
Yeah. I think he's concussed.
Ooh, okay. Good looking on that. See, we got that crack research staff.
Listen, I got 4 fantasy teams, bro. So my research staff stay on the wire and let me know what's cracking.
I heard that.
I'm liking Tua, man. I give the brother Iceman a hard time about Tua. Because I like him. I don't think he got the greatest cannon, but I like him. He gets it done. And I always say, and I joke a lot, but because I never want to see somebody get hurt, but I think he'll be concussed within the next few weeks. That's reality. With that being said, I like Miami, man. Big, yo. I think even without Waddle, I think they get it done. I think the cat that used to play for us, Wilson. Receiver.
Set the entertainer.
Ted Wilson Jr. I think he steps up and has a good game today. I like Miami 34-14.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of the Denver Broncos, and I'm not saying I'm not a big fan of them because they suck. I'm not a big fan of them because I actually think that some people are overvaluing some of the talent they have on their team.
Agreed.
When Russell Wilson made the trade and came over from Seattle, it wasn't an exact swap over like Tom Brady to the Bucs or even as good as Matt Stafford to the Rams. I was like, man, those guys have couple more holes that I don't think Russell Wilson can fill these, at this point in time in his career. And it's looking like it's rearing his head. Now, Sean Payton himself, he's had probably just as much success, well, probably a little bit more success as Russell Wilson. So I place a significant amount of blame on why they're 0-2 on him as well, because he's not just the coach of Russell Wilson, he's the head coach of the whole team. And some people will say the defense is playing good. And I'm like, all right, well, when you're out there so long, it's only so good you're going to be able to play. With Russell Wilson playing what people would think is playing a little bit better, that's only for the first half. The second half, he's reverted back to last year's Russ. And this is the times where you really need Russell Wilson to be the old Russell Wilson and not the last year's Russell Wilson. So with him and the team, Sean Payton traveling across the country, I actually think they don't pull it out today. I think it's a little bit closer than what you think, because without Waddle, I think things would be just a tad bit more slowed down on offense for Miami. But Miami is actually my pick to win the whole AFC. So I got them winning the game pretty easily, because I don't think Denver can muster up enough points. So I say pretty easily, something to the tune of 28-13. I got those guys pulling it out. I actually think Tua Tagovailoa to
Cheetah
Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I think they have a big day today. I think they have a big day today, and they actually get probably like $150. Yeah, I'm willing to go out on that limb for that. I think I might put that parlay in.
That's fair. Fair.
Moving along, staying in the AFC, 1:00 kickoff. We have the Duval County-led Jacksonville Jaguars playing host to their interdivisional rival, the Houston Texans. Thoughts on this, bro?
First off, shout out to my boy JB in Duval County, Junior Bacon. What's up, boy? Fayetteville.
Man, one of the funniest niggas I ever met in my life.
Regards to the game, I really like Jacksonville, man. I'm really big on the quarterback, man. He seems like, every time I think of him, I always thinking like this, just waving his hair and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just one of them surfer looking type motherfuckers. I really like homie though, man. I really think he's good. The reemergence of Calvin Ridley has done them good. I like Christian Kirk, even though he disappears here and there. That being said, I think they're gonna make easy work of the Houston Texans, who I think are far, far, far from things. It's like a black hole. Nobody wants to go there. I read something the other day that said, you know what? That was a different team. No, don't worry about it. Anyway, Jacksonville, 35-10. Straight like that. Throw the dirt on. Hammer. I wish I had my hammer. I get the hammer out.
We getting the hammer out on him. Matter of fact, next week, man, we're going to have a hammer. When we pulling the hammer out, we're going to have a hammer out.
Biz, grab me that hammer, bro.
Get the hammer out for him, man.
The
Houston Texans, to me, sometimes the organization is set up for success, and sometimes individual players can rise above organizational neglect, ignorance, and failure. I think that was what was happening when you had a couple guys in your franchise named Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt. When you had a couple of those guys, that's the last time I've really seen you guys really act and function like an NFL professional team.
Right.
I'm a firm believer in, if your team operates like that at the top, your football team, devoid of players that can rise above that nonsense, they're doomed to fail. Because what I'm looking at is, in a lot of other places, they got holes. J.J. Watt had to be the defensive player of the year for them to actually be somebody. Deshaun Watson was out there running for his life, making plays all over the field. For them to be somebody, those people are no longer there, and they failed to replenish. They failed to identify a lot of things organizationally, not just on but off the field, that would just continue to have them on a hamster wheel, in my opinion. CJ Stroud has played a little bit better than what I thought, but the team's success or lack thereof is right there where I thought it was going to be.
Right.
Until things change at the top, and I ain't saying change ownership, but I'm saying, man, you're going to have to change the view of what you're doing or the modus operandi of how you've been going about business, because you keep ending up here with a young rookie quarterback or a young unestablished quarterback, a holy line, no weapons on the outside. Defense usually was a strong point, and that's no longer there as well. So none of that adds up to any success, especially going up against an interdivisional rival who has a lot of things pointing in the right direction. You have the young quarterback. You have the line that's protecting the quarterback. You have the inexpensive but very good running back, and you have had added pieces around the quarterback that are formidable almost to anybody in the league. Calvin really has bounced back off his gambling. You got to hold him, got to fold him, issues. It looked like he's the number one that everybody touted him to be. I believe, that was best for him to knock Christian Kirk down to a number 2 receiver, because I think that's where he fits at best. Yep. And the defense is playing pretty darn solid. And right now, I just think they're probably going to overwhelm them in the sense that they're not going to be able to score a lot. And they're just going to just like put their arm out like this and just hold it there for pretty much 60 minutes of the game. And I think it'll actually be to the tune of 27-6.
Okay.
I don't think this is, Houston. They're going to have their troubles today.
I agree. So I'm trying to confirm what I was thinking. Lovie Smith, where's the last place he coached? Was it Houston?
I believe so.
Okay. He's who I was thinking of. He got fired after a record of 10-6. Since then, they haven't had a winning record. That's what I. Yes. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
And I saw that same graphic, and that goes to tell me, it's like, man, it's hard to win football games in the NFL. You just jettison guys who get you 10 wins. Oh, we can find better. Oh, really?
Right.
Oh, really? You know what I'm saying? And that's a guy right there that organizationally, even though he wasn't on the field, he actually his success and what he did for the whole franchise and organization, he rose above what he had around him. He rose above what you gave him. And then you say, no, that's not our guy. I'm like, you guys don't know what you're talking about, because you can do a whole lot worse. And you're seeing and experiencing that now.
But that goes to exactly what you said about it's coming from the top. It's coming from the top. And there's been talks about racial shit going on there and, blah, blah, blah. So, maybe they just, maybe it's just karma fucking them up, man.
Hey, I mean, well, people are human. If we've heard it in, here in these Fire Night streets, I'm pretty sure the banter around the league is a lot more worse than what we've heard. Fact. So, they're human. So if they've heard it, if you got a chance to go to Houston or a chance to go to San Diego, and that's the deciding factor, you might find yourself in San Diego. I'm just saying.
And San Diego's not a bad place to live, from what I understand either. So
from what I hear, jacking it. Moving right along and staying in the AFC, we got the Cleveland Browns in another 1 o'clock kickoff, playing host to the Tennessee Titans. Thoughts?
So Cleveland, in my opinion, Cleveland did what Denver did with Russell Wilson. Cleveland did with Deshaun, meaning they put everything into that person, right? With Denver, there was rumors about Russell having his own like office, like he ain't even fuck with the players. He had his own like locker room, and his lady was in there, and the kid, like, it was just different. You know what I'm saying? Like they put everything in, was the God. And at one point in his career, maybe you could consider him that, but I think he's far removed from that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they was thinking. But at the same time, Cleveland, they gave Deshaun 230. Guaranteed, fully.
Guaranteed.
So this man could, not win another game. And he getting $230 million guaranteed. Like, period, right? And
that's an escrow.
The last few, the end of last year, he's when he came back, coming into this year. He hasn't looked great. He hasn't looked terrible, but he hasn't looked great. Like he hasn't looked like what 230. If you say, I'm going to make 230 million,
get you.
That's not what you think you were going to see. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't know, man. I think they went all wrong with that. With that being said, I love Amari Cooper. I love the tight end, Njoku, or whatever the fuck his name is. The big
Njoku.
That guy, real big motherfucker. He's tough. I think he's personally. They suffered a terrible loss by injury. Back. That was ugly. And then I was like,
ain't supposed to do that, man.
I don't ever. But he's done it twice, which is crazy as shit.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man. I hope the brother heals and is able to play. And they say it's not a career-ending injury, so hopefully he'll be able to come back and be close to as good, if not better than what he was. I think it was a huge piece. They signed Kareem Hunt now. To kind of offset that loss along with the current running back. I don't know. I'm just not happy with what Deshaun Watson is putting out there in these streets, man. Like, and Cleveland can't be either. They really can't. I forgot who the fuck you said they was playing.
Tennessee Titans.
All right, my bad. I'm not high on Tennessee either, but I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I do love I love the King. I love Hop. Not a huge fan of Ryan Tannehill. But he don't turn it over much. I think he's one of those guys that you can count on to kind of matriculate down the field and get the job done. I'm going with Tennessee. And it might be a close one because again, I love Amari Cooper. He always finds a way to get open. I don't care if he injured, if he did, that nigga gets open. I'm gonna go with Tennessee. Not a high scoring game. 24-17. Tennessee.
You know what? I think we looking through the same lens at that Cleveland team, man. I for one was a big Deshaun Watson fan when he was in Houston. I actually thought that was a smart move for Cleveland, who's had quarterback troubles pretty much since Bernie Kosar. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they just can't get it together. So I was like, look, they was just like, look, we just gonna throw all our chips in the hat, in the middle of the table, and we just gonna go get Deshaun Watson. If 230 guaranteed is what it takes, then 230 guaranteed is what it takes. And I thought, and actually, I think, like you said, the fans of Cleveland expected a lot better, not just significantly, but a lot better from Deshaun Watson. I'm not worried. I'm troubled, but I'm not worried yet. Maybe, you are who you are, but I'm like, wow, man, I know I and all of us have expected a lot from him. The backup running back, I want to say Jerome Ford came in and put up some glorious numbers, and they actually added on Kareem Hunt.
Fantasy.
Yeah, he did his thing. But I think today, man, the team that I actually picked, the AFC South, the Tennessee Titans, I think they pull it out as well, man. I think we both were in unison in concert when we're picking the Tennessee Titans to actually go into Cleveland and knock off the Cleveland Browns, man. And like, for a lot of the same reasons that you have put up, I'm like, yo, I'm loving Henry. I always have loved D-Hop, and Tannehill is a guy who's like, look, man, I may not can use 17 weapons, but you give me one weapon on the outside. All right, D-Hop, that's cool. That could be my A.J. Brown. Don't even worry about it. So they pulled out a victory last week. They're 1-1. I actually think I like the way that they're going as opposed to what Cleveland's doing, because Deshaun Watson did everything he could to give the game to Pittsburgh last week. Everything he could. That's just not promising. That's not promising. And I actually got Tennessee Titans winning this game, going into Cleveland, winning it myself by the tune, maybe even closer. But I think they pull out something maybe like a last minute field goal to the tune of 21-20.
Nice. Okay.
21-20.
That's fair.
Tennessee pulls it out in Cleveland.
That's fair.
Next, we move on to the next 1 o'clock kickoff. Oh, my stars. This was my NFC North pick to win the division. See how good that's going. The Minnesota Vikings are playing host, traveling across country to the as well 0-2. They're disappointing some motherfuckers out there too. LA Chargers. Bro, what's your thoughts?
Since the Vikings were your pick for that division, let me hear what you got to say first.
Holy man, look here. Actually, I think my pick is still in good shape. No, not good shape. It's in A shape, but it's not in good shape. It's in A shape. Yeah, I can't say in a good shape. But it's trending bad. It's trending bad. I'm not seeing the requisite defense that I thought I could see from Minnesota. I thought they would put up at least enough fight on defense to where their offense, to what I thought was a lot better, could pull out some games.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson. It's just not enough. It's just not enough, Right. So, and what I'm looking at, I'm like, Chris Carter ain't walking through that door, man. Randy Moss ain't walking through that door. So I don't know what to say about Minnesota. I'm like, man, I don't really know what to say. They worry me. That's what I'm saying. They worry me. It's not in good shape, but it's in A shape. But if there's another team that worries me just as goddamn much,
if not more,
it's the LA Chargers. It's the LA Chargers. Man, I got off of harping on Justin.
Herbert.
Yeah, Justin Herbert. I got off of that team worries me big time, man. Every year they're a little bit more overrated than I always see them being. They always be a little bit more mentally soft, I guess, as you can say. That to me there's some penalties. There's some seem like inter-team friction, towards some players and coaches alike. One big thing that I think, like I said, there are some people that can lift your whole organization up. I think there are some people in the organization that can bring that whole thing down. And I think the biggest part of bringing that whole organization down is their head coach, Brandon Staley. I just don't think he's the guy for the job. I think he is a little bit over his skis, as they would say. I think he's the guy I think a couple years ago, they could have got into the playoffs with a little bit more steady decision-making from the sidelines in the coaching area. Those type of things don't get better. Those type of things get worse. And it seems like his decision-making with the talent surrounding him has gotten worse. The results have gotten worse. I'm like, they should be a lot better than what they are.
Facts.
Man, but if you have that guy implemented right there, he's going to have his finger on a lot of bad decisions. A lot. And these games, man, they all these games weigh in the balance. A play here, a decision there. Those things matter. Those things matter. And if this guy is out there doing what he's doing and the team's not responding or they're making critical penalties, he's the guy that you look at. Or if they're not prepared in certain situations, he's the guy that you look at because he's the guy that has to have him prepared. Because it looks like when you look up, Justin Herbert has the stats. Austin Eckler has the stats. The wide receivers have the stats. Why don't they have the wins? Why don't they have the wins? Yeah. So I actually think today I'm going to stick with my NFC North divisional pick to win. And I think they get off the schneid today in the battle of the offers. And I'm picking Minnesota in what could probably turn out to be a game of the day. It's something I'm going to pick that's going to be high scoring because I believe, like my man coach said, Justin Herbert will put up some beans when there's nothing on the line. So I think this game might have the potential to go 35-33 and give me Minnesota. Give me Minnesota in a barn burner. Give me Minnesota.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to say I won't say I'm disappointed in Minnesota because I don't really believe in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I believe in Justin Jefferson. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. Never have, never will. As a team, I'm not high on them. I believe that today Herbert's going to have a good game. He usually does anyway. I believe Herbert gets off the snide today. I will say this. I agree with what you said about the coach. I don't think he's a guy for the job. I'm not big on blaming the coach because, a lot of times, like everybody would say, coach ain't out there playing. I'm just calling the plays. You motherfuckers ain't executing. But in this case, I think it's the coach. I don't think it's the right fit for him. I also think it was a bad move getting Kellen Moore. Not a fan of Kellen Moore. I'm glad he's out of there with us.
Interesting.
In my opinion, he doesn't tailor the game plan for the quarterback. And I'll speak on that more when we get to, my team. But I personally think it just wasn't a good. I don't think the coach is a good fit. I don't think the OC is a good fit. I don't think they're a good team because of that. If you look at their offensive, bro, they got talent on that unit. You know what I'm saying? Receivers, the tight end, they got fucking talent. Running back, they have a really nice squad. And like you said, every year it's like they're overrated. Like every year they should be like, yo, y'all should be better than this every single year, in my opinion, since Herbert anyway.
Yes.
I just don't think it's gonna work. When you got all that shit there, man, you got two nice receivers, a nice tight end, a quarterback, a running back. You got all that shit, a solid defense, and you still ain't winning. It's the coach.
Yeah, man.
Or coach is.
So, or coach is.
I don't see there. I think he's on a hot seat. I don't know if that's being talked about, but I think he's on a hot seat. If not, he should be. But with that being said, I like the Chargers to win the day. I like it high scoring, like you said, right? I'm gonna go with 38-28.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, with that being said, man, with that being said, I want to bring in our coach of the Fire Nice Football Talk. I want to bring in our coach to see what he has to say. You know what I'm saying? To see what he has to say in regards to Justin Herbert's matchup going into Minnesota with Kirk Cousins. I want to see what he has to say. And let's bring in our coach of the Fire Nice Experience, Coach P. How you feeling? How you feeling, Coach?
What's happening? Woo! Just came off. I was coming off of the torrential downpours outside, man. I'm on location, but I'm back. I'm in the command center. I'm in the command center. How's everybody feeling this morning?
Yeah.
We're good. We're feeling, bro. We're feeling good.
We better now, good brother.
That's what I'm talking about. I feel the love. Did I just hear y'all say the Chargers versus the Vikings?
Yes, we did.
Jesus Christ, that is a crap shit of a game. Of two of the most underachieving, overrated. Oh my God! If you're talking about a first, second, and third quarterback,
Coach, it's almost like you were listening to a conversation. That's
Jesus
exactly
right.
That's exactly what we said.
Bro, do we have to pick this game?
Yes, sir.
Man, I think they'll both be in a race to see who can fuck the game up more.
Nice.
Because like this is a game where two of the biggest underachievers that I've ever and you know, Fresh, my history with the Chargers and Justin Herbert. I'm doing a total 180 on dude. I'm done, man. I'm done with it. And my history with Kirk. I've been felt that way about Kirk. Kirk is first half of the season great. Second half of the season, shitbag. These two teams can't even get the early season part of what I expect for them right. So I don't want to pick this goddamn game. I refuse to pick this game. I will not.
They both gonna lose? They both gonna lose?
Bro, the plane's gonna crash
Dang!
into the stadium. I'm telling you, and it's going, a plane is going to crash into the stadium. Yes, and let them both off the hook. I'm not picking this game. No, I refuse. They will not have me out here looking crazy. No.
Okay, so we have one for the Vikings, one for the Chargers, and one for Delta Airlines. Got you.
That's your own.
I'm going to exercise my veto, and I will not. This will be the game. This will be the only game this year that I will not pick because of them two sorry ass, sorry not living up to expectation teams. And this has nothing to do with the fan base. This is literally about these two quarterbacks who refuse to rise to greatness.
That's fair. Moving on, first go.
Given everything they've been given. Oh my God, you can't give them anymore.
Agreed.
What more? Like Tyreek said, what more do you want from me? Bro, we've been doing everything.
About right. That's about right.
I heard that.
No.
We see how Coach feels about that. Moving right along and staying in the division. We'll be moving up to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Stadium where the Green Bay Packers play host to the NFC South's New Orleans Saints. Good brother, Coach P, how you feel about this?
I'm high on the Pack, man. I am. I'm high on the Pack after seeing 2 weeks. I'm high on the Pack. Record not indicative of how good they are, I think, but I think this is more of a team. Like I said before, I think is Aaron Jones playing, or is he still injured now? Because I know he went out last week.
I think he's still hurt.
Okay, that's big. That's big. But I think they can plug and play in Green Bay. I think they might be able to do a little plug and play. And is Christian Watford playing today?
If anybody's out there can give us this information real quick, let us know the status of Aaron Jones and Christian.
Because I don't have the track research staff with me. So my pick, I put it this way: if all things considered, I would go with the Green Bay Packers. But because there's the variables that I don't know right now, and I apologize to the audience for being very unprepared, won't happen again. I'm going to go with the Saints. It's in Lambeau. I'm going to go with the Saints. It's September. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints. Weather's not a factor. Give me the Saints. Their 3 wide receivers have not dropped the pass all year. Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, they're playing excellent football. Give me the Saints. Under any other circumstance, I would pick the Packers if I would have known the health report. So I would not be shocked if the Packers are healthy, they win this game. But give me the Saints because of the variables that I don't know.
Bro, I don't give a fuck if the Packers healthy or not. I'm not a Carr fan by no. I'm sorry. Yeah, Carr, right? Carr.
Yeah. Derek Carr.
I'm not a Carr fan by any stretch of the imagination, but he got some nice toys out there to play with, man. Coach, you just named them, man. Receiving core is real. They real.
And he got other trinkets. He got trinkets in the backfield too. Kamara, Taysom Hill, as weird as we think he is, it's a weapon.
Bro, Taysom Hill is a weapon, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, man. I like coming into the season. I never really liked the Saints. I don't know why, man. They just never really, since Drew Brees, I was always like, and then they had Winston. I'm like, nah. And he still crab legs and shit. So but with that being said,
he really crab legs.
I'm not high on the Packers as I thought I was. After just thinking about it, I'm gonna go with New Orleans, and I got New Orleans beating these cats pretty handily in Lambeau. I'm gonna go with 28-10.
Okay.
Oh, pretty handily. Now, NFC South, man, I got the Saints winning the South. I actually think they are a pretty tough team on defense. I think going into Lambeau, it's tough for any damn team to do any part of your season. And it looks like the Green Bay Packers can get requisite to decent quarterback play. I think they found their quarterback, for the foreseeable future. I think they found that.
Definitely.
I think they have some significant injuries today. Even if Aaron Jones plays, I think he will be significantly compromised with that. What I want to say, a hammy or the whatever it is. I think he's significantly compromised. Watson, I think he's questionable at most. They have some backups. You know, I'm definitely a believer in AJ Dillon, but I think today will show some of the inexperience of Jordan Love. And I'm actually going, I think I want to make it a 3-peat today. Or no, did you pick them? You picked
we all
Packers? Yeah, I think I want to make, and that's what I say. I want to make it a 3-peat, and I'm also picking the Saints, man. I am a believer in Derek Carr. I am a believer in Michael Thomas. I am a believer in just their team being their team. I think I can believe more in the Saints being the Saints than I can believe in the Packers being the Packers. And I think they'll go in and play a solid game. I think their defense is a little underrated, but I think it's their defense that's been really propping them up right now while the offense finds itself, and it's coming along pretty good. And I actually like
it's not underrated. That's a defense.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a defense. I'm saying it's a defense. And I actually like the New Orleans Saints to win actually a little bit closer, but give me 24-21. The Saints pull this thing out in Lambeau. Yeah, man.
Moving on.
Oh, sugar, hold tight.
That's a red there?
Huh?
That's a red? You need red. Got great? Got red?
Yeah, great red. Purple.
Purple.
With another 1:00 kickoff, we have the 1-1 New York Jets playing host to the 0-2 New England Patriots in a interdivisional rivalry. You guys, what's your thoughts on this game?
Where's the game?
Is in East Rutherford, as they used to say, or wherever.
Who's the favorite? Who's the favorite?
I don't know. This might be a pick'em toss up. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta pick us.
Yeah, you already used your one.
Because neither one of these teams evoke sickness or enrage me like the Chargers and the Vikings. I'm gonna go with the Jets, and it's gonna continue our conversation about the hoodie being on the hot seat. And this is gonna be sparking it even more because I think if you cannot beat the Zach Wilson led New York Jets, and even I'm changing stream on Zach Wilson because I gave him a shot and he is spat in my face and said, "No, I can't. Nope, I am not good. I cannot do this." Now, mind you, that was the Dallas defense that he was playing. But I mean, he just looks clueless out there, man. Just like, geez. I mean, I think
the bitch.
I think that the Patriots a very, very close one. 17-16, 17-14 to that tune. Yeah, I think the Patriots pull that out. I'm not picking the Jets, bro. I'm not picking the Jets, man. I'd rather be wrong than pick the Jets.
Well, with that being said,
with all due respect, Robert Salah, because I think your defense is great. I just think they're just going to be on the field for far too long, man. You know, just too much time on the field. They wear down, man. I'm sorry.
That's their issue. With that being said, though, the Patriots defense is not great. It's definitely not the Cowboys defense. So I don't think they'll have that same possession issue where the defense is on the field forever and ever and ever. I think they'll be a little smarter and they'll run the ball more this week. If y'all remember me saying last week before the games, I said if Salah's a good coach like I think he is, he'll run the ball against Dallas. He didn't run the ball against Dallas.
He said, hold my beer.
Yes, he said, fuck that. Bro,
he said, hold my beer.
There's no way in the world that Breece should have 4 carries. That is unfucking acceptable in any circumstances. Yes, they got blown out, But I don't give a fuck if you get blown out at halftime, whatever. You can still run it 4 times, bro. Like, come on, man. Like they didn't even test our run defense. And I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you this. Y'all know how I feel about my boys. The first time a team really, really, really tests our run defense, they're gonna see it's not that good, bro. It's really not. There was a couple splash plays. D-Law had to, he got homie in the backfield, and Micah ripped Cooks, and there was a couple splash plays that gave the illusion. But I'm here to tell you, man, the run defense is not that great. It's not terrible as it was at once, but it's not that great, man. And as soon as the team
to attack them, that would be it.
Yeah, listen, as soon as you got to run it 20, 25 times, man. You got to come at us and keep us on the field. Our pass defense, I don't want to go that way. I'm sorry, I'm about to lose track and go to the Cowboys. With that being said, I think that the Jets will run the ball today. I think they'll run it today, and I think that is their advantage, bro. They have the fucking advantage on the ground, man. Run the damn ball. The defense is solid. Defense is stout on all levels, man. Run the ball. I like the Jets over the Patriots. 2014.
I'm playing complimentary right now.
I'll keep mine short and sweet. I don't believe that the Jets can muster up enough of anything. I think the hoodie will. I think the hoodie will confuse, frustrate, pretty much
befuddle, demoralize, just
smother. I think I think they're gonna go into East Rutherford, New Jersey, and smother the New York Jets for I don't know what the 17th time in a row. You know what I'm saying? Because I think all the hoodie gonna do is just run the ball to people. Like these guys are bound to give us the ball 2-3 times in a game. So I think they win something to the tune of 23-9. I think they might get 3 field goals, if that.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So, yeah, those guys, they're not going to get enough of anything today, man. For real.
Hold up, man. One time. Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Can't let episode go by without waving the flag, man.
Deep. That was deep.
Yeah.
So in a matchup of two teams, surprise teams, you got the Detroit Lions hosting the Atlanta Falcons today in the 1:00 kickoff in Detroit, man. These guys are two, I would say, surprising teams. What's your thoughts on these guys?
Where's the game again?
It's in Detroit.
Right.
Stadium, I guess that's what they call it.
As long as Bijan Robinson playing, I'm good. I don't care about nothing else. Because I'm scared to pick the Lions in a moment. They came through for me the first week, but goddamn, when you give them a chance to really, really make a splash, they say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and lose at home to a team we should have beat. With that being said, I think the Falcons come in. My big question here is, can they get the passing game really, really on track with Pitts? I mean, he has been a big disappointment. Big disappointment.
They can't unlock him. They don't have the quarterback to really unlock him.
Well, as a tight end, you're at least supposed to be able to dominate those intermediate routes. You're supposed to be the safety valve. It's not more or less splash plays with the tight end. It's more the production that I'm looking for in the tight end, production-wise, because you can have a tight end that opens up the middle and makes it easier for your wideouts, man. And I don't think he's done that. I think maybe he's not the focus of the offense.
If you ain't got it from the outside, coach, maybe they're focusing on him because, in my opinion, he's the best on their team.
Well, so you got Drake, you got young Drake London, and I think what's probably missing in Atlanta is Cordarrelle Patterson. I think that's a big piece that's missing. Once he gets back, I think they'll be complete. Who do I want to go with in this guy? I just don't trust the Lions right now. I don't know why they really flubbed that one last week. They left a bad taste. And I don't really want to pick the Falcons on the road. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna be an idiot and go with the Lions, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Lions win the day, and I think they win. The offense shows back up.
Is
The
that
Lions
right?
win to the tune of 28. 20. This might be a racetrack game. 28, 28, 7, 28, 21. 28, 21. I think they get them by a touchdown.
That's fair.
You had to get the pick out. It was a pick 'em.
Feel good about that.
Pick 'em. Pick 'em.
Feel good about that pick at all, man. At all.
Too bad you made it. Damn it.
Man.
Yeah, stand on it. Stand on it. Say it with your chest.
I'm gonna go with Detroit, man. And I'm not sold on them. Like Coach said, they'll find a way to fuck you over if you pick them. So I'm with you on that, Coach. But I will say that other than Bijan, the Falcons ain't got shit. I'm not sold on their QB play. I'm not sold on Drake London. I think he's okay. I don't think the QB is what they need to get these motherfuckers in rhythm, right? And back to what you were saying about Kyle Pitts, how he needs to win those intermediate routes. If I'm being honest, I haven't watched him close enough to see if he's doing that. But if I had to guess, I think he's a very skilled, very talented player. I think he's the best receiver on the team. So if I were a defense, I would focus on him. I would say, no, he's not beating us. Let's make these lame niggas outside and try to beat us. That's very well possible. Again, I haven't watched their game closely to know if that's true or false. With that being said, I think Bijan has another huge game. He's a fucking monster. I love this kid, man. But I think the Falcons lose again. I with Detroit. I think they have a big game on the ground. Detroit.
Okay.
Because of that, I think it's going to slow the score down because it's going to speed the game up. So I'm going to say 24-14.
Year. They weren't a surprising teams, but I think they can afford to lose this game on the road. Nobody expected them to be 2-0, so that's why I think the Falcons lose. But I just don't feel confident in the fucking Lions, man. God.
Well, guess who does feel confident in the Falcons? My surprise team in the NFC South.
Would that be you?
I got the Falcons winning this thing. I got them going in the fourth field for all the reasons why he was like, man, I kind of want to believe in Detroit a little bit more. And I can't right now. And right now, it's not necessarily any individual player, even though Bijan is showing up to be Bijan. It's the style of play. They're not hurting themselves. They're not killing themselves. You have to beat the Atlanta Falcons. And I think there will be some significant – I think there is a significant injury or some players will be compromised, meaning mainly the two top wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Josh Reynolds. I think they'll be compromised today with concussions and growing injuries alike. And I like the Falcons to go in and win 28-27 into Forbes Field and pull that thing out today.
Okay.
I think the Lions go down.
Moving on.
Yeah, man.
Moving on.
So, moving right along into the last game in the 1 o'clock slot, that would be Coach P's 2-0 Washington Commanders.
Hosting
those highly touted Buffalo Bills. Thoughts, Coach?
Couple of things. The weather is nasty out there. I've ridden with us for the first 2 weeks. I want to see more consistency, more complementary football. We have yet to play in a situation where the offense plays well on the same day as the defense does for long stretches. We always get these short stretches, which results in tight, close games. Buffalo's a bit of an enigma with Josh Allen. Josh Allen is good to give you. He's going to give you a couple. And I think he gives us a couple today. I just want to, we want to capitalize off of it. A couple of big stats here. We're averaging 10 more points a game than last year. Kansas City is down. So the Eric Bieniemy effect is clearly there. Sam Howell is 3-0 as a starter. I think we pull a close one out, another close one by probably a field goal. We got a slow track today in D.C. I think we pull this one out to the tune of 2017.
Fair.
Hmm.
I like how you mentioned the slow track. I think that's going to be huge in this game. I love that Robinson kid, man. I love this kid.
Big game last week. Big game. Big game.
I think he has a big game today too.
That's contingent on the offensive line, though, man. It's a very wildly inconsistent offensive line.
Right.
If they give you 3 good quarters, we'll win. But if they only give you 2, we'll lose. I think they give us 3 good quarters today.
With that being said, I don't think his good game is enough to give y'all the win, because I think that Josh, like I predicted last week, had a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he had any turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. I think he'll have one. Like you said, I think he'll give y'all one today, whether it's a fumble or a pick. He's going to give y'all a turnover. But I think that he's solid enough. I think he'll depend on his tight end Knox, he's to be his outlet valve, or safety valve, I should say. And I think, Diggs is going to do what he does. I got Buffalo in a close one because of that weather you mentioned. 24-21 Buffalo.
We gotta get after him. We got to get after him, man. We're fourth in the league in sacks and pressures. So if we can get after him, then that bodes well for us. We got to get after him. We have to get after Josh Allen. And we got to get him. We got to get him on the ground.
Fire. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Me myself, man. The roller coaster that is Josh Allen, man. He'll take you up, he'll take you down, spin you all around. Just as bad as the first game he had the first week, he had came back and lit them jokers up last week, man. I think maybe this week, I think he understands that if I just don't turn the ball over and if I just make rational decisions from the quarterback position, I think we can pull this thing out. It won't be easy. Washington, Riverboat Ron and them guys, man, it's not easy. It's never easy playing up against those guys. I like young Jahan Dotson. I like Terry McLovin. I like them, but I don't like them today. I actually think Buffalo comes in. I think Buffalo comes in today with it. Like you said, the money track mucks it up, but I like Buffalo to win a game to the tune of 23-20. Last week field goal, something like that.
Moving on.
Wave your flag, bro. Wave your flag.
You go 3-0, nigga. Oh my God. DC gonna explode.
I ain't mad at that. I guess we'll be moving on to the 4 o'clock to 4:30 window of the game starting up. The first one at 4:05. We have the Seattle Seahawks at 1-1 hosting, coming across the country, the lowly rookie quarterback-led Carolina Panthers. Thoughts, guys?
I'll start it, Coach. You go ahead. You already ready. You go ahead, Coach.
I don't have to say much.
What's the score, Coach?
Oh man, shit. 30-0, man. Shutout.
Oh, 30-0.
30-0. 30-0, man. Take the points. Take everything, man. This is listen, John Henry style. Bring out the big hammer, man. Bring out the big hammer. I ain't gonna give no time. This one, man. Go ahead, man.
Clear, 30-0 who?
I'm sorry?
Just to be clear, 30-0 who?
Ah, man, Seattle, man. 30-0 Seattle, man. The Seahawks, man. They don't even need Kenny Easley and they don't even need them guys, man. They don't even need Kenny Easley in them.
That was my guy.
Fair.
Yeah, they don't even need them, man. They don't even need them. Six man can just be quiet tonight. This gonna be an ugly one.
I think I understand why you say that, but I think it's gonna be closer.
Okay.
Just because Seattle is so unpredictable, man. I know you basing your shit on fuck Seattle, Carolina sucks. I get that, right? But I think that Seattle, man, I like them. Like on the outside look, I'm like, damn, I like these motherfuckers. They got talent. They got the receiving core. Like like, why aren't they, I like them to win today, but I think Carolina puts up a little bit of a fight, Coach. I think they put up a little bit of a fight.
Gonna respond to that egg they laid last week.
So I'm gonna go 24-13 Carolina. I'm sorry, Seattle. My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I picked the Seattle Seahawks, who I'm still fighting with and running with in the NFC West. I think they get right off of this one. I think they get fat. I think they mop the Panthers up and keep that hammer out because I'm going to use my goddamn self. And I think the Seahawks put the motherfucking smack down on the Panthers today to the tune of 35, something funny like 11.
Everybody eats, B.
Everybody eats, B. Everybody eats, B.
It's a feast this week in Seattle.
Yeah, it's a feast. Yeah, man. The Seahawk gonna come down, nibble a little bit. It might get real funky out there, man.
Moving on.
Moving right along, man. We moving on to the 4:30 kickoff of the defending Super Bowl champion 1-1 Kansas City Chiefs taking on the even lowlier than the Carolina Panthers, hosting those one mid-city monsters, if we want to call them, Chicago Bears. Oh, my stars.
Yes.
The bigger hammer. The bigger hammer. Oh, I got something for you. Oh, you got two hammers. We got two hammers. I got something better too.
Bring out several hammers, man. This is a terrible matchup, man. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible matchup, man. You had internal strife going on in Chicago with the one press conference of Justin Fields, and then he had to have another press conference to shore up the first press conference. That same day, you had your defensive coordinator resign behind some sketchy details and things behind that'll come out a little bit further on down the line. Your organization coming out, yeah, we knew that the guys playing with some things up top. That's never good. It's never even. It never gets better when you have to go into a frisky Kansas City Chiefs team who are the defending spending. They're just now getting their team into shape. Last week could have been like a preseason game. This is the time that we eat, fellas. Chris Jones, you just had a couple snaps last week. Go ahead and get right, homie. Travis Kelce, you didn't play the first week. You need was all good. Go ahead and get right, homie. And I think this is going to be a slaughter fest, man. I wish I had a hammer my damn self. I think this gets ugly early. And actually, I'm going to go out on the tune to say 40-6. Kansas City in a romp.
Nice.
Romp.
It's a hammer. But I think it's a different kind of hammer. I think they hammer them because I don't think Chicago can muster any offense. I think it's a mild hammer, but I think it's a hammer nonetheless. I think they hammer them 27-3, man. Just get them out of here. Just get them out of here, man. Get them out of here.
The Bears defensive coordinator resigned, right? There's some shit going on there. They had a raid and all type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not that matters, because if he didn't resign, the Bears suck, bro.
Yeah.
Bears suck. And I'm kind of in between on Fields, right? I like him. I think he got all the tools, but I feel like, he kind of touched on it. I feel like he's being held back, right? Which I don't understand. With that being said, fuck all that. With that being said, today Kansas City catches their groove. Like my man Ace Boogie said, everybody eats, B. And I'm going with 42 to 42-11 KC. Hammer. Bang.
You know
Hammer,
what it
man.
is? You know what it is with Justin Fields? I think when you're in a situation for so long, you can't get the stench off you.
Could be it.
So it's not necessarily that he's bad. He's just Chicago bad. You got this stench on you, bro. As Fresh alluded to, this offense is prehistoric. It is stuck in it. Like they may as well take their face masks off, man.
Man, like I say, it could be a particular player or person in an organization that lifts up an organization over top of negligence and ineptitude. But when it seems like everybody is working to everybody in alignment, ownership, management, coaching, personnel to the players are all working to play it down. It's like, man, how can you win? It's like every situation there doesn't fit or doesn't work. Something here has to work. Your evaluations of quarterbacks has sucked for so long. You play offense like it's defense, but with the ball. I don't understand. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You go and get Justin Fields when you know he has deficiencies. You say, all right, cool. What we do to help your deficiencies, we go and get the most defensive quarterback that we can get. I mean, defensive coach that we can get. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. And then the guy himself, who I'm not going to harp on, who I already knew, I'm like, coming from Ohio State, it was what was around you and it wasn't you. We've seen the tape on him missing wide open reads. Oh, I'm in my head. You've never been able to read and see and sling it like that. So why would I ever think you could do it now when the bullets are flying even faster? With a coach that can't coach you. With an organization that can't put the right pieces around you. It's just the Chicago Bears being the Chicago Bears, man. Come on, man.
This is literally swimming in quicksand with ankle weights and an ankle vest and a chest vest on.
Yeah.
Like literally. I mean, moving on, man. I don't want to get sick talking about this like I said, give that team a leather helmets, man, and let them finish the season out. Because that's literally what we're watching. Moving on.
Bring back Fritz Pollard, I guess. Moving right along, man. We going out into the desert, man. We had an 0-2 Arizona Cardinals, man, facing a very, very formidable and my NFC Super Bowl pick. And my man B Matt's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Thoughts, fellas?
Go ahead, Coach.
Let's make it short and sweet. Arizona. Sorry, Martin. I just didn't want to go back to Arizona. I think Dallas. I think it'll be relatively easy today. I don't know if it's going to be some wild 42-14 game, but I think they just get it done today. One of those like one of those 27 or 31-14 games. They just get it done today. They jump out on them. You know, the first 3 drives they may score to the tune of like maybe 17. It might go 17-0, and they just put the Cardinals in a place where Dobbs has to bring them, and unfortunately, you playing into the hands of the best defensive player we've seen in a very long time, rivaling Aaron Donald's presence and Micah Parsons. Anytime you put that team in a situation where they could pin their ears back, I'm sorry, man. It's not a recipe for success. Arizona's going to have to lean heavily on James Conner and the run game, and I just don't think they can do it. Give me the Cowboys, man. 31, maybe 14. Give me 30, 31-14, something like that, man. I don't think this ain't even a game I want to play with. Like it's going to be some upset or close game. I just think they get it done today.
Go ahead, Fresh.
Oh man, you ain't got to hear too much from me. I'm glad you got your hammer up because you can beat on the Arizona Cardinals for me, and pretty much it's just going to be 7-0, 14-0, 21-0. All right, we just got you, right here, arm's length, and then it's right there. We're just on don't get injured alert. I don't think the Arizona Cardinals have the requisite professional players and athletes to actually keep up with the Cowboys. So I think the Cowboys go and feast again on the Cardinals in a rout. Give me 33-6. And what I'm also saying is the Cowboys are looking better and better because they're not even being challenged. They're looking fresher than a lot of people. And you know what I'm saying? If you're getting hurt in practice, which isn't,
the challenge out of people.
Right. It's like, but you're being challenged more in practice than you are on the field. So right now, the Dallas Cowboys are looking head above a lot of teams and head and shoulders above all the rest. So right now, 33-6.
The one of our guests, Dean Williams, said on here that the Cowboys will win but struggle. Dean, I'm going to very respectfully disagree with you. About Dak Prescott is Dak Prescott feasts on teams like the Cardinals. Now you put him against the Niners, man. Cardinals, Dak Prescott will feast on the Cardinals today. Michael Parsons will feast on what's his name, Joshua Dobbs today.
Yeah.
Speaking about the elephant in the room, obviously Trey Diggs is out for the season. I think if any team that we could play today, to kind of get DaRon Bland in mold to be CB2 is the Arizona Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Divine
he's a slot. He's naturally a slot guy, but I think he can handle being a number two guy, but he's gonna need to get in rhythm. And I think today is gonna get him in rhythm. It just makes
got all the reps.
Yeah, it makes sense to me that today we'll get him in that rhythm. I don't think we struggle, man. I think KaVontae Turpin scores a touchdown on special teams today. I think our defense scores a touchdown today. It might be DaRon Bland on a pick six.
Okay.
I just don't think we have a hard time with the Cardinals. Dak, like I said, Dak Prescott feasts on these kind of teams. And big shout out to our coach, man, Mike McCarthy, because what Mike McCarthy did, and first, this is what I was talking about earlier, with Kellen Moore, right? Kellen Moore seemed like a real brilliant young mind at one point, right? Then you start to realize that what he wanted to do was he wanted to put everything in Dak's hands, right? Dak Prescott is not a quarterback who you can do that with. Dak Prescott is this West Texas coast we running now. Perfect. Y'all know a lot about you guys are football aficionados. You know about West Coast. West Coast offense is dump off, run, screen, dump off, run. Okay, go long, dump off, dump.
Get the ball out your hands.
You feel me? Listen, that's what Dak needs, because in my opinion, my humble opinion, and y'all know how I feel about Dak. Dak is not a guy that can just drop back, read, and throw it in his window. And nah, bro, that's not what he does. He can drop in the bucket now and then, but so can Coach Phil. Coach Phil dropped many in the bucket. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's not that hard to do that, but on a consistent basis, Dak cannot put the ball in those windows, drop it here. But if you get him warmed up with this screen and give him a little, it's just like you in a game and you making layups, and then you back up a little bit, and you're making short jumpers, then you back up a little bit. It's kind of common sense to me. You know what I mean? I think today our offense will shine bright. I think KaVontae Turpin scores a touchdown on special teams. Our defense is going to dominate. I think we dominate all three facets of the game. I do see Connors scoring a touchdown against our run defense. But I don't think they have close to enough hammer time.
If they get one, it's going to be one of those freak ones to Hollywood Brown. If they get one, that's the only way I think they score. They have to score chunk play. They're going to have to score on a chunk play where, somebody blows an assignment, I think. But I don't think they can solidly put together, constant drives. I just don't think they could do it. The significance of the hammer, whoever asked, man, means an ass whooping. That's what the hammer.
Very bad ass whooping. Very bad ass whooping. Cowboys win 45-9.
Yeah, that's a hammer. That's a hammer.
I think they'll score a touchdown, miss the extra point, and they'll get a 3. 45-9 Cowboys. Let's get it. Moving on
to the 820 side, the game of the Americas, or wherever the hell they call it, game of the night. You have the Las Vegas, football night in America. Football night in America. You got the Las Vegas Raiders at 1-1 hosting the 1-1 Pittsburgh Steelers in Las Vegas. Fellas, what's your thoughts on this game?
I got the Steelers. Give me the Steelers. That's my upset of the day. Give me the Steelers. That's the one. That's the one. Give me the Steelers. Give me the Steelers going into Allegiant Stadium. Coming off of their Monday night performance, I think they keep the momentum going. Mike Tomlin gets his bunch in order. I think that defense is going to carry him. Kenny Two Gloves, don't fuck the game up. Give me the Steelers to the tune of another slobber knocker game, 20-16. Yes, give me the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers.
Short and sweet. Vegas, 24-21.
Okay. Well, me myself, I have these are two teams I thought were surprise teams in their divisions. Will give me the surprise team at home, the Las Vegas Raiders pulling out. Something funny going to happen in this game. It's going to be a penalty or something that controversial. These are two flagship teams, two old teams, story, with history. Give me something. Yeah, give me something like 24-23. Las Vegas pulls it out like with a field goal with no seconds on the clock.
I like it. Moving on
to Monday night. We have two games on the bill. One game starting at 7:15, the other starting at 8:15. You have the 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the 2-0 Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, my stars. What's your thoughts on this game?
If I had to guess, I would say the Eagles are the favorite, and rightfully so. This is my upset pick of the week.
It's a tricky one.
Ooh.
Baker Mayfield, I'm not a fan. Well, I love his commercials. Don't get me wrong. I love Baker Mayfield's commercials.
He has always had the best commercials.
Yeah, he's always had the best commercials.
Hell of a performer.
As a quarterback, I'm not a huge fan, but I think he's playing okay, man. He got some pretty shiny toys out there, man. Godwin still got it. Mike Evans still got it. He got some nice things out there. And if I'm being honest, Jalen Hurts, he's looking real regular.
He's come down to earth.
Yeah, he's looking real regular right now, as well as his castmates. I think his team is looking regular. Dallas was
Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert. I almost called him Dallas Clark. Dallas Goedert. I'm a huge fan of this kid, man. But where the fuck did he play? Like, is he asleep? Is he dead? Is he in protocol? Like, I don't know what this kid is. He got to come alive today, man. I think he will have a good game today, for real. But I like Tampa Bay in this one, man. It's gonna be. The Eagles been struggling, man. They should have lost. I hate to say this, they should have lost to New England. They just been playing real regular. I like Tampa Bay 28-24.
I'm gonna answer a couple of those questions that you posed. You mentioned Jalen Hurts. I think that two reasons that the Eagles have looked the way they've looked. They went through last year, and we got to remember that there was no book on the Eagles last year, right? So they flew high. They played at their ceiling, the maximum ceiling the entire season. So with that being said, I think the league now has a book on how to play them. And, the league is a copycat league. So everybody's implementing those same things. So not to say that the Eagles are fraud or they're bad. It's just, it's going to be a little tougher now. Still the same requisite talent. It's a talented team, very talented, but the game is out now to play them. So things are not going to be easy for them. It's just not. Plus, they're already facing the curse of the NFC East. Nobody wins that division back-to-back years. That's just a fact. So you're facing that as well. I think this is a day that they take that L to the Buccaneers. Not necessarily to say that they're a bad team, but they can afford to lose this game, to be honest with you. And Buffalo is playing good for me. The Buccaneers are playing football. The Bucks are playing good football right now. So if you're going to clip them, now is the time to clip them. It's a perfect storm. Bucks at home. Give me the Bucks by a tight margin, 3 game-winning field goal, 17-14.
Nice. Okay. First note.
The Eagles were not my NFC East pick. I picked the Cowboys, but I definitely was thinking that the Eagles would get in a wild card slot. The season has been going pretty much like I thought it was been, it would go for the Eagles. they would do just enough to win some games, stay afloat. You know, they've been relatively healthy. You know, just kind of just make their way, even though you can't make your way through the NFL. It's like, you know, make your way. And I'm not saying they're not playing as hard or their best that they can play. I'm just saying it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't look the same. You know, they're winning games and you know, on to Cleveland. With that being said, man, you know, with that being said, man, I'm kind of liking what the Buccaneers is putting down in Tampa Bay, man. Baker Mayfield is a guy. I never thought he was a bum. I never thought he was the greatest, but I never thought he was a bum. If you put the requisite weapons around him, I always thought that he could get the job done and get the job done to a pretty high standard. Let
me ask you this. Same way we talk about Justin Fields, is it the fact that he was wearing the brown stink or stench? Now he's in a different place, more credible environment, that he's playing solid football?
I put it to you like this. When he had the best year he's ever had was in Cleveland, when he had a very comparable weaponry around him. He looked pretty good. They won 10, 11 games. They won a playoff game. They took Kansas City to the mat in Kansas City when he had pretty good weapons around him. He has pretty good weapons around him now. So he is like a lot of other quarterbacks. You need a lot of shit around you to be good. It's not a lot of Patrick Mahomes. It's one. Everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody else, you're going to need some fucking people around you. You're going to need some people around you. And he's not a person that will necessarily lift up. Lift up your whole organization. But he's not a person that will bring down your organization like a lot of people seem to think he will. You put the requisite weapons around him, he will be just as successful as other people. Now, the wins and losses, a lot of those times they come in the margins and a play here, a play there. That's how that thing goes. With that thing being said, I think Philly pulls out another one with a play here or a play there. I think Baker Mayfield plays a very solid to even good game because I don't like the Eagles' defensive backfield right now. Their defense back there hasn't been holding up because I don't think they've been getting the same pass rush that they was getting last year when they put down a record 70 some odd sacks.
I don't think Hopkins sacked this year.
Yeah, that's what. Hey man, we the Eagles, they could probably use something like that. So
hey man, let's get the game plan. Hey, let's take that guy out. Let's chip him now. Let's take him out. Somebody else is going to have to step up. We can't, not that guy. So it's little stuff like that people overlook.
They lost a key DB too. Maddox is gone for the season.
Avonte Maddox is gone for the season. So
that's huge.
But I think, man, I think this is a game that stays close. And one thing that I do believe in is Jalen Hurts doesn't hurt the team. He doesn't really put the team in terrible positions. And he doesn't turn the ball over. So I'm thinking Baker Mayfield or somebody on Tampa Bay might be good for one of those and something to the tune of 23-20, the Eagles win in Tampa Bay.
Mr. Dean, the good brother Dean Williams said Eagles having inner conflicts, my sources say. I think if your source is the same as my sources, I think they're referring to the little kerfuffle that they had on the sideline last week. I don't think much of it. Happens all the time, just not always caught on camera. I don't think that has anything to do with what's going on. I just think that, like Coach said, people are starting to say, oh, this is what they're doing. Okay, I think they're just kind of coming down to earth. And people are just, I think figuring them out.
Yeah. I mean, those other teams they've been playing, they're pretty good too. You know, so everything just not going to be a slaughter. Those other teams force you into bad decisions and, you know, those type of things as well. So you get a win, you get a win.
It's the ripple effect of success. You're successful. Now the second level of staying there is to be able to adjust to the adjustments. We've seen the Patrick Mahomeses. We've seen the Tom Brady's. We've seen, the great ones do that. Now can young Jalen Hurts now adjust to the adjustments and continue to be successful and thrive? That's the next question that he has to answer.
Moving on.
And with the last game on the slate, the second Monday night game, you have the Cincinnati Bengals at 0-2. Playing the surprising 1-1 Los Angeles Rams in Cincinnati.
Let me start this one, Coach. I told people, man, Cincy ain't man. Cincy, and everybody said, they always start off losing, they gonna bounce back, which they normally do and they normally will. But their injuries is gonna fuck them over. Burrow, he's not good. They just picked up
AJ McCarron.
Thank
I think
you.
it was AJ McCarron, if I'm not mistaken.
And they also got Will Grier from who was the Cowboys' third string. I'm sorry, he just went to the Patriots. They had him, but he went to the Patriots. With all that being said, I just don't think it's gonna be a good year for them, bro. I really don't think so. I have them losing this game, by the way, because of the Rams' defense. If Burrows plays, which I don't think he will, but if he plays, he's gonna be running, man. Listen, that guy, Don, if he see he know you got wounds, he's gonna be looking at his chops, and I don't think that's a good recipe for JoJo back there. I think that on the strength of their defense, I think the Rams will win this game. I think without Burrow or 100% healthy Burrow, I don't think that Chase is going to be as effective. I don't think T. Higgins. They're not the same animal without that guy in the backfield, who I happen to love. Don't get me wrong, I love that quarterback. I just don't see them being the same team with him not being himself or not playing. So, like the Rams to win this game, I'm gonna go with 20-17.
Give me the Bengals, man. The Bengals find a way. Bengals find a way today. And I'm not hedging my pick on if Joe Burrow plays or not. I think you get a big game from the Bengals defense. I think they rise. They have to win this game. The Bengals have to win this game. They have to. I think they eke this one out. Might even be to the tune of 16, 13, something of that nature. It's going to be low scoring. I think Cincinnati's defense has to win this game. Nothing scares me on the Rams side of the ball, except for who's the new guy they got? Man, it's got like 1 million receptions on a year.
Sherman Rank.
I forget.
Sherman Rank.
He had
Sherman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that the Rams pose any threat to them on defense. I think if there's a game where the Bengals defense finds some traction, it's this game, and they win this despite the offense. They have to win. This is a must-win game for the Bengals. I believe that they can win it, and I think they'll pull it through. They'll pull it through tomorrow night.
Fair.
I think the Rams pull this one out, man. They showed me something, man. They showed me something in beating Seattle first week. They showed me something in playing tough against the 49ers the second week. Joey B is compromised. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If he's not, good enough to get the ball to those weapons outside, the Rams have showed that they got enough to beat a team out there. They've shown me last week that they were going to play the San Francisco 49ers tough, with what they got. Like I said, with the guy whose name that we can't pronounce, with Tutu Atwell. They just traded away Cam Akers because they're good with the young running back Kyron Williams. They've been putting in work out there. And like my man said, when you got Dundon on the other side, Joey B, man, you better be at 100%. Y'all just played him in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. You seen how you was getting ran down on, and you was 100%. You got to compromise calf. You can't get the ball out. You can't throw the ball. You can't get away. So actually, man, I'm picking the Rams to go into Cincinnati and keep Cincinnati winless. And I actually think
that can't happen.
Because the Bengals defense hasn't been playing as good as I thought they would play. I actually think this one is a 28-13 affair. The Rams pulling this thing out, going in Houday Nation and kicking shit down their leg.
I got Cincinnati going into an absolute panic after this game, after this week.
Yeah.
Yes, they should panic.
Yeah.
With Joey B being in the shape that he is, they should panic but they should kick themselves because their O-line's been trashed for the last 3 years and nothing has been done about it. They picked up Leo Collins.
Yeah, they haven't addressed it.
A few years ago, they picked up Leo Collins and they found out why we didn't sign him. And now they let him go. You know what I'm saying? So they haven't addressed the real elephant in the room, bro. Let me respond to the good brother Dean Williams real quick. Good brother Dean said, I want to ask B-Rad a question. Why did the Cowboys start out real good? Real good playing in Super Bowl conversations. Then in playoffs come, they fall apart. So you saying this is a Super Bowl team? Good brother Dean, I say that every year. You can ask me every summer what my team going to do. And my answer, and these good brothers will tell you, my answer is we're going to the Super Bowl. That's just how I feel. I'm a diehard fan, and I believe that any year could be our year. That's just how I do. I'll tell you. But I really believe it this year, too. This year we got not. This year we got talent. Are we going to fall apart in playoffs? Perhaps. It could fucking happen. We got Dak Prescott. I'm not a fan of Dak Prescott. So anything but I got us going to the bowl, good brother.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think when you're a team that's perennially picked to do well, and you start off well, the natural inclination is to be like, "Fuck you, mean? I'm going to the bowl. Absolutely, yeah, I'm going to the bowl. Yeah, I'm going to the bowl." It's not like they're coming from a surprise perspective. They're picked to play well. They're playing well, so naturally, I'm inclined to say we fucking going to the Super Bowl. I'd feel that way too. Hell yeah, but we'll see. We'll see.
That's why they play the game, brother Dean.
That's why they play the games.
Thoughts on the day. Closing thoughts on the day.
Coach, man, I'm just looking forward to a great day of football. I'm gonna be locked in today, man. I ain't leaving the motherfucking house. I'm all in. I'm gonna do the 4 screens at once. I'm gonna get it popping, man, and that's just what it's gonna be. Football, man. Let's fucking go. Cowboys all fucking day. That's all.
Closing thoughts, bro.
Man, I just gotta check out my fantasy lines, man. Make sure I can run down, get my tickets in. Other than that, man, I'm great. Plump down. Probably give me a little libation while I'm out, man. I think I ran out of my Modelo's, but other than that, I'm good on liquor and bud. So,
I can dig it. So with that being said, this is a fire nice experience, man. Football talk, man. Where we practice the religion of football here, man. That's what we do. We appreciate y'all rocking out with us. We're in the world, but y'all here with us. We out.
Dean, we appreciate you, good brother Dean. Everybody checking on us. Appreciate you. You know what it is, man. Tuesday and Sunday. Let's get it.
Yeah.